Each time I've tried to call the market, I get it wrong. So I've stopped trying. The realization I have again and again in life is nobody knows what is going to happen. The one thing that does worry me though is, I'll give you like recent examples. I have this friend in Ahmedabad, okay? Never had a conversation with her about equities ever in my life. But she called me affluent, like comes from a wealthy family. She called me a couple of months ago, a month and a half ago, and she said, Nikhil, how can I get exposure to Tesla? Which account do I open? Which broker? How do I do it? While I was telling her, LRS, this is your pool, go to like ABC. Things like that worry me about markets. People like her, there are many other examples like her, no? Them asking me questions about markets. Historically, in the 20 years that I've been doing this full time, these have been the signs that things are pricey and frothy. That is worrying. Yeah, but I had no idea markets will rally. I mean, if I did, I wouldn't have 40% allocation, but 90%, I guess.
Yet you did do a 10% alpha on the equity that you invested. So where did that come from?
Bunch of companies. I think BSC did quite well. I used to have close to 5%. Now I have closer to 2%. Have shaved off a lot of the position in BSE. Not because I have anything against the company, but if something has gone up 10x, it just makes me feel nervous holding it. I feel like the company has a lot of potential, and considering the penetration numbers in Indian equity markets, they might have a lot of room to grow as well. Same case with NSE. Federal Bank, I did a couple of banking companies, Federal Bank, Yes Bank, they did reasonably well. I had some allocation to Radico. That again is the same use case I was talking about earlier. Here is a person making Indian whiskey which is not aged, but able to sell it at a premium above Scottish whiskey, which has been aged for 15 years. That story in itself is incredible. When I hear somebody in Uttar Pradesh in India is bottling a whiskey called Rampur, which is selling for a Glenfiddich plus 30, 40, 50%, you have to wonder why, because that's a 15-year-old bottle which has held real estate for 15 years, and these guys have not. And every duty-free in every international airport or whenever you land in India, they're always sold out, right? At that price point. So I did them as well. And the traditional stuff has not done too badly either. I would say the large cap, the blue chips that we talk about, a lot of them have performed in line or better than the Nifty. And there has been some allocation there.
But you're quite conservative about the coming year. You think that there's fraud, so you wouldn't go into mid and small now, obviously.
I feel like it's also a personality disorder that I have. I'm always pessimistic. Historically, I find myself, when I look back at my own investments, if my equity allocation goes up above 55, 60%, it's not a good place for me to sit. I have transitioned to becoming a longer term investor. The tenure